Oh, you ready?
Are we ready?
3, 2, 1. Contact.
Let me know you're ready. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Planning and Zoning Commission for Tuesday, September 16th. We do have established a quorum. I'd like to actually welcome our new member, Erica. Looking for approval of minutes for August 19th.
Mr. Chair, make a motion to approve minutes, meeting minutes for the August 19th plan and zoning.
Got a first for Billy.
Second.
Second by Christina. And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none. Moving on. Recognizing persons not on the agenda this evening. Seeing none. Any conflict of interest or ex parte contact declarations, Commission?
No.
Hearing none as well. Moves us down to our public hearing and action this evening. We have an action item to rezone. So there's just two things here. So if there's anybody here who is going to actually speak publicly to any of these things, there's two things specifically. One is just to rezone to a C3, and then we're going to talk about a preliminary plat. So if you're going to come up and talk about it, I recommend waiting until the preliminary plat instead of rezoning, unless you have a concern about rezoning to a C3 in that area. But we have a map already up there for you so you can see where the zones are currently. So it's two things. And again, if anybody's here to speak publicly about any of this, I would encourage you to wait until the preliminary plat unless you are concerned with the rezoning part. So the first thing is a rezone to C3 planned unit development for the Albatross Green subdivision. Studio H Architects, on a request by Studio H Architects, by the way, bear with me, because Brenda gave me a flippin' novel. All right, Architects, on behalf of the Etheridge Development LLC, to rezone to C3 planned unit development for a proposed Albatross Green subdivision. The property is owned by Mark Russell. The rezone to C3 planned unit development will consist of a total of approximately 3.67 acres. The development will consist of 29 total lots containing 24 single-family townhome lots, 4 common lots, and 1 restricted lot. The townhomes will be 2 stories, have individual footprints of approximately 1,375 square feet, and include a 2-car garage. They will be designed in clusters of 4 to 5 attached units in a modern and appealing design. The common lots will be owned by the HOA, designated for community space that will include a fire pit, a grill, and open green space, additional parking, and water collection areas. The development is seeking a range of a lot size of 2,300 to 5,300 square feet. Lots will be approximately 25 foot wide and 70 foot to 100 foot deep, with 15 foot front yard setbacks, 10 foot rear yard setbacks, interior side setbacks of 0 feet, street side yards of 15 feet, and a maximum building height of 30 feet. A 26 foot wide 2-way road will serve the property. The road will be private and constructed within the proposed 33-foot easement with a 5-foot sidewalk on the east side of the private drive. The development will be designed and landscaped with drought-tolerant planting. This development is in the special flood hazard area and will be built to the applicable floodplain standards. The parcel of land is located on the south side of East 8th North, addressed as 2155 East 8th North Street, situated south of the golf course, east of the Willow Creek Townhomes, west of the Elmore County Sheriff's Station, and north of undeveloped land. Brenda.
Fantastic job, Chair.
It's the only reason why I'm in this chair.
And you're going to do that because that's less for me to do?
Oh,
No,
you're welcome.
All these things. Yeah, there's not much more left to say with regards to that. We are doing the PUD tonight and the preliminary plat. So if you do wish to speak on that PUD, you're welcome to come up with regards to the zoning and or the preliminary plat. So as mentioned, this is in the special flood hazard zone. It will be required to be built to maintain standards as far as FEMA codes, city codes, and state codes. It does comply with the comprehensive plan as it. Let's find my cheat sheet. With regards to housing, as housing is one of the city's top 5 priorities, it will also provide workforce housing. And this project does focus on density. There is a mix of housing types that is desirable within the comprehensive plan, and this is a townhome development. There is availability of infrastructure at that location for water and sewer in the East 8th North. And this does help to meet the housing needs of the military and personnel and their families. It was noticed as appropriate, as designed by law to do so for the notification and publication, so they did meet those criteria. We have not heard from we have not received any letters or phone calls or emails with regards to this development, whether for or opposed.
Anything else?
I think that kind of covers it.
Okay, I'd like to welcome up the applicant.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. For the record, my name is Todd Lakey. I'm land use attorney with Lakey Lotus Law, address 12905 in Court, Idaho 83651. I think, Brenda, you're going to run my slides. She's pulling that up. Commissioners, I'll just start by thanking Brenda for her work and her analysis in her staff report. She did a great job describing how this application conforms with your comp planning and zoning ordinance. And our team has worked with staff throughout this process to bring forward this project that we think really benefits the community and complies with the code and your ordinance. Just a couple thoughts on townhomes. Commissioners, we're proposing townhomes with a C3 zoning in this location, and it'll be a quality product. Townhomes provide an opportunity for homeowners to build equity, to own their property. We all know that single-family home prices are crazy, right? They're very high, and these townhomes are a more affordable option for those that want to buy a home. And as your comp plan says, this helps keep your local workforce local. Because it's more affordable. So it's a good fit for the area. It's along a significant transportation corridor that's compatible with the existing and future commercial uses that you have in the area. There's also apartments and townhomes close by. So next slide, if you would. So Jessica, our architect, called this a conceptual inspiration. I don't know if that's a technical term, but it's basically, we haven't designed it fully yet, but this is an example of what it might look like as we're putting it together. So we're talking about clean lines, kind of a modern look that will really set a good standard in your area. You have a lot of that C3 out there that hasn't been developed yet, so it'll set a standard and help maintain that standard as we bring this project forward. Ultimately, we'll finalize our design as we go through the process with the city. Next slide. So, Commissioners, this is a quality project. Townhomes are an appropriate higher density residential use in your commercial zone. So this is the right type of residential product in this area. It's the right location. As noted in your staff report, a portion of the property is within your 100-year floodplain and floodway. That's that larger open area you see on the east there. We're staying out of that area. That's a large piece of open space. The total property is about 3.64 acres, and we're keeping about 1.75 acres in that open space. So we'll have 24 single-family townhome lots, 4 common area lots that provide green space, recreational use, and extra parking, and then the owner retains that ownership of that larger open space there. But with that degree of open space, thus our request for the PUD, that we're bringing that forward to provide some flexibility on our lot size and our setbacks, so we can facilitate the open space and also develop a quality but viable project. Next slide. Let's see, maybe back up one, Brenda. I think it was talking comp plan first. Yeah. So, Commissioners, here's your future land use map. I think Brenda had it up on her slide. It designates the property in the area as commercial. That's the large red area there. Your commercial designation allows for office, retail, and for higher residential density, like this project. It provides housing for this commercial designation, not just for customers, which businesses want to see, but employees. So you have a mutual, I guess, a dual benefit for the commercial designation in the area. So it fits the comp plan, it fits your future land. So also, now looking at the zone. C3, that's that large purple swath that you can see through there. Single-family attached townhomes are a permitted use in your C3. And they're there because they support that commercial zoning for the things I talked about, employees and customers. The PUD is also allowed by CUP in the C3, and we meet the PUD criteria. We're over the 3-acre requirement to utilize a PUD. Next slide. So Brenda again did a good job of going through your comp plan. I just want to emphasize a few things. How it complies. Your economic development portion talks about recognizing the fact we have a housing shortage, right? This helps address that. It notes that availability of more affordable housing improves the economic well-being of the city. We support that. It also supports and provides housing for employees and military members, again, because we're in the military area there. We're providing a diversity of housing near commercial, which is supported in your population section. Your housing section talks about a mix of housing types so that housing is available to all income levels. And then lastly, recreation, it's near the golf course, and that's really a mutual benefit. The golf course would be an amenity to those that live in this project, but it also is a benefit to the golf course in providing additional patrons and additional amenities. Next slide. So there's kind of the larger aerial view. The yellow star is the subject property. Just kind of describing things. We're along east, north, east, 8th North Street. That's kind of a mouthful. It's a significant transportation corridor. It's designated as a minor arterial, so it's planned for larger transportation uses. That C3 area, you can see, Commissioner, there, that white building to our east, that's the Sheriff's Department. A little further up the hill, the blue, I think, is the City Police Department. But there's a large chunk of that C3 that isn't developed yet. Again, this will help support that development. Looking to our west, right next to us, there's some office space. I'll show you some photos in a minute. Also some townhomes, attached townhomes right next to us. And then those are apartments a little bit further to the west, the Fairway Apartments. Then you have the cemetery. They're pretty quiet neighbors.
That's what I've heard.
Supposedly.
Yeah. And then you can tell we're also in close proximity to the freeway and accessible. So next slide, here's some of the pictures of the area. There's your Sheriff's Department to the east. You can see the commercial offices on East 8th North Street to our west. If you go back that driveway, that's those attached townhomes that are there. They have detached garages. We have garages included in ours. Next slide. And then there's some more of the commercial uses. On the bottom photo, the offices behind the trees. Those kind of square block buildings are the apartments, the Fairway Apartments. Next slide. There's the golf course. You're all familiar with that across the street. Next slide. This is just looking both directions on East 8th North Street to show that it is, that major transportation corridor, a minor arterial. Next slide. So here's photos of the subject property. Commissioners, your comp plan is, as Brenda noted, states that housing is one of your top 5 priorities. And a key strategy to address housing as a priority is density. You really have here an underutilized piece of property in our city. It's got the older Chinese elm trees. It's a larger lot. It's a single-family home. It doesn't fit with your comp plan, and it doesn't fit with the city commercial zoning in the area. Our proposal brings the property utilization forward to this property that supports the commercial zoning designation. Next slide. Last slide before I conclude here, just to talk a little bit about the parcel. So again, with our open space, we're having to take a creative approach to land use to keep that open space and keep a viable project because of that floodplain. Our engineering's done the modeling and the analysis. We don't have any negative impact. There's no net rise to the base flood elevation with the project. Our design, as far as PUD criteria, conserves natural features and open space, as you can see there. But that drives, again, our need for flexibility as far as setbacks and lot size. These are, again, smaller single-family lots. We're doing attached, so thus the changes in some of your setbacks. That goes from a 5-foot side setback to 0, so they can be joined together. And then we're proposing to reduce the front and side setbacks by 5 feet from 20 to 15. But again, this yields a quality project that fits with your existing commercial and future commercial in your comp plan. So in conclusion, Commissioners, we agree with the analysis in Ms. Ellis's staff report and Brenda's staff report. We agree with the conditions of approval that she has, and the terms in your PUD agreement that's also in your packet. We have some of our technical experts to answer questions if you have them, but otherwise, we're happy to answer questions we ask for your approval.
Thank you very much. I'll go ahead and have you go back, and I'll open it up for public hearing. Anybody in the audience care to speak to the C3 planned unit development?
Hello.
Hello?
Commissioners, my name is Debbie Swearingen, and I live at the Willow Creek townhomes that are directly next door to the proposed community. And I just, it's very attractive. Your renderings are very attractive, looks very nice, but I want to kind of address traffic. I have to say, the townhouse, the Willow Creek townhouse in Grass is maybe within 20 feet, I think, of the proposed complex that we're talking about. And that is almost directly across from the golf course egress. It's, having lived there, it's very difficult sometimes to see the traffic coming both ways because you do have on-street parking. When the golf course is busy, it's hard to see both ways. That street's very busy because of, as has been presented, you have the sheriff's department with ambulatory services, the police station, you have a lot of emergency vehicles traveling that street, the Fairway Apartments, you have the Town Creek, the Willow Creek townhouses, the golf course. So the traffic, I think the traffic is probably something I would think that maybe you might want to consider with that. I mean, there may be a way, I don't know if you can offset ingress, egress or not, but that would just be a concern of mine. Other than that.
Perfect. Thank you, Debbie. Anybody else?
Hi, my name is Jeff Tate. I'm also one of the townhome owners of Willow Creek townhomes, and I'm the HOA president. And one of the long-term residents, when I say long-term, one of the original owners wasn't able to be here, but I've talked with her. One thing I'd like clarified is on this plat where it has retain and protect existing fence. That particular fence was constructed by the Willow Creek townhome owners. Probably at the time they were built, and it had wooden posts at that time, the way I understand it. I bought my townhome in 2017. So since then, there's been steel posts added, and the fence boards have been replaced a number of times. On occasion, probably once a year, I go along that fence on Mark's property to, he presently has some chicken wire along that fence, but there's a lot of elm trees that grow up inside of it, and I have to go back there and log them off to maintain our fence. So I guess my question is, what does that mean by maintain and protect existing fence?
We'll ask him.
Okay. I mean, I don't think they appreciate me having to go back there to maintain our fence walking through the backyard.
Right, right. No, I understand that. We'll kind of get to the bottom of that one. That's a good question that we'll bring out.
I don't, I personally think they should have to, build their own fence.
Okay.
That's my opinion. So
Yep. No, for sure.
that's
Thank you.
what I wanted to talk about.
No, appreciate it, Jeff. Thank you. Anybody else? Okay, I'll go ahead and close the public hearing this evening. I'll go ahead and invite the applicant back up.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, again, for the record, Todd Berkey, 12905 Idaho. Commissioners appreciate the comments. Again, we are consistent with what we have in the area. Checked with our planner and our architect. I think our separation for access is about 65 feet. So again, we work with the city, try to locate that in the best location based on the city's design standards and preferences. But that East 8th Street North is a line collector, so you're planning on having traffic on that. It's designed and planned for that purpose. As far as the existing fence, I believe it's the adjacent property owner's fence on their side, but as we go through construction and things, that needs to be protected and not harmed or damaged. If it is, then it needs to be repaired. We will have an HOA that's responsible for the common areas and CCNRs. If it's your preference, we can include some language in there that the property owners would also keep that fence, things abutting that fence, so they don't interfere, that the weeds are kept down, those kind of things. So most folks that have a little bit of backyard are gonna take good care of it anyway. But our responsibility is, again, not to harm that fence, not to damage it, make sure it's protected.
Are you planning on separating those properties with fences?
If I might check, Mr. Chairman.
No, please, go ahead. So, if you, between the properties, but also in the back as well? Why are you touching things, Rob?
Jeff can't even get that. So yeah, fence line is what we're asking, right? So that's their fence separating right now. Are you guys planning on putting another fence to separate their properties from your property?
And Mr. Chairman, I see my client nodding her head yes. Then that'll provide again even further protection of their fence.
Perfect, okay. Commission.
What?
I don't know, you're looking behind me. Someone's back?
There is somebody back there.
No.
Okay, so so we had somebody that came up and asked about the traffic. Was a traffic study done for that area to see what that looks like?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioner Drake, I don't believe we've done a traffic study. That wasn't, we met the threshold that there was required.
Okay.
Oh, y'all are talking a bunch. Okay.
Well, I mean, those are the questions. Those are the questions that were asked of the applicants when we had the public hearing.
Okay, I will look for a motion to approve or not approve the rezone to C3 planned unit development.
Commissioner,
Rob.
make a motion to approve PZ 2521, the request to rezone to C3 planned unit development for Albatross Green subdivision.
Okay, have it first. Second by Billy. Rob, start with you.
Aye.
Billy?
Aye.
Christina?
Aye.
Erica?
Aye.
Aye for me as well. Motion does pass. Which takes us down to our second item, which is actually the preliminary plat, which we already currently have seen. I am not going to reread everything.
Aw.
I do, however, need to open it up for a public hearing as well. So if you've already stated what you needed to say, please try not to double up what you have to say. So I will open it up for a public hearing. Why are you looking at me like that?
I just was gonna say it's a legal requirement you have to read it a second time.
No, it's not. No, no. Here, want to read it?
Yeah.
Go right ahead,
Yeah.
Jeff.
All right, so I'll open it up for public hearing. Okay, go ahead and close it for public hearing as well. The only thing, Brenda, that I would actually want to make sure we notice on here is that Keller's letter on this development does mention that the existing 12-inch trunk line on South 14th East in the sewer model, East 4th North and East 4th South, is nearing its capacity. So this is actually bringing it to its top, and they do propose in the future, before anything else, that some form of development, before any kind of development continues, that updating that line would be something we need to look at. I don't believe it actually hinders this project at all, because Keller actually approves of this, but it does state in their letter that the line that this would be feeding into is nearing capacity. So,
Yeah, Mr. Chair, in the staff report under the wastewater, in 2016 and 18, which line was placed under American Legion in preparation for the required upgrade. Public Works is planning to make that connection in fiscal year 26.
beautiful. It's awesome. Okay. In that case, Commission, do you have any other questions, comments, concerns?
Question was, so we talked about parking and that sort of thing. Willow Creek has the detached garages. This is going to have an attached garage. And is it going to have any other parking beside that?
Mr. Chairman and Commissioner Drake, so I believe there are 2 car garages, and you'll also have the driveways that can be utilized. And then in part of our common area, you can see those additional parking spaces, the extra parking on top of that. So we should have a good level of parking with some extra coverage.
Okay. What do we-
There's not gonna be any parking in front because they just have their 2-car garages. No parking on the side of the road.
Could you make sure that they can park in their driveways?
Perfect, turn around.
But
Real fine. I guess I'm fine.
Mr. Chair, that's correct.
Yeah.
Fire department has noted that in this, and it's in the staff report, but that there will be no parking.
Out of curiosity, who maintains that? Is that going to be the HOA or is that going to be the police? HOA. Okay. Okay. Commissions will entertain a motion.
Not a question per se, more of a comment, just a commentary on this. I do love that they're bringing in the military families. However, asterisk, that is quite a way for our military families to be going from the base to all the way up to the hill. It's not Boise, but it's definitely not, like, the proximity aspect of it is not quite there. So just a comment, not really a question, not positive or negative, just an observation.
What do you need?
This.
Oh, here. Oh, you want that?
Yeah.
You want that?
Mr. Chair, I'd make a motion to, you're the only one that can't.
You're about ready to defend your thesis. You
yeah.
need to be.
Thanks for saying that.
Yeah, there you go.
Mentor, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve, no, I lost my place, forgive me. Thank you. PZ 25-20, for approval. Sorry, our notes are on the computer. No, thank you.
Well,
Can we start?
yeah.
Okay.
Do
Mr.
you remember the PZ number?
No, I'll flip it.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not on a lot of sleep today. Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve preliminary plat for Albatross Green subdivision for Studio H Architects for PZ 25-21 or 20, 25-20 for approval.
Okay, got it.
Second.
Thank you.
Here's the second.
I'm done for the night.
Eric, I'm going to start with you this time.
Aye.
Christina?
Aye.
Billy?
Aye.
Rob?
Aye.
Aye for me as well. Motion passes. Thank you very much. All right, moving down into new business this evening, we have a preliminary plat extension for the request of Casa Cruz on 10th Street neighborhood preliminary plat. This is a request by is it Casa? Kaisa Cruz for approval of a preliminary plat extension request for the 10th Street neighborhood preliminary plat. Preliminary plat consisting of 14.37 acres located on South 10th East Street, which is Daniels Road. The plat consists of 82 residential single-family homes, 7 townhomes, 7 live-work townhomes, and 18 apartments. In total, the request's preliminary plat consists of 114 residential dwellings. Including the plat is a community storage facility, commercial office building, community building, daycare, playground, sports court, and activity field. Brenda.
Mr. Chair, that is all correct. So, Ms. Cruz is trying to develop this, and she is needing additional time to get development plans and submit. She's also trying to self-development, so she's requesting to do the preliminary plat extension, and she has met the requirements to do so. She has done, I think it expired in, I think the date is November 6th. And so she has met that requirements within code to request a preliminary plat extension.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Is this the second preliminary request?
You are correct.
Okay.
Having said that, let me just clarify. This is, she went through the preliminary plat process once before there was an extension that expired. And she went through the preliminary plat a second time, so this is the second.
Okay.
That's what my question was.
Commission, questions, thoughts, ideas, motion?
Is she here today?
I don't have that.
Okay, Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to pass, accept, recommend for approval the preliminary plat extension request to Casa Cruz on 10th Street neighborhood preliminary plat PZ-25-29.
I have a first, I have a second.
Okay.
Second by Billy. Rob?
Aye.
Billy?
Aye.
Christina?
Aye.
Erica?
Aye.
Aye for me as well. Motion does pass. Old business. Let's move through this. I just need motions for findings of facts.
Get her done, Billy.
Speak loud.
Open door.
Yeah, we're starting with PZ 2511.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a recommendation for approval of finding of facts of Open Door Rentals, Endurance Holdings LLC for PZ-2511 finding of facts.
Second.
First, second by Ron. Can I all in favor of these? Or do we have to actually have an aye on all of them?
Aye.
Aye.
Where's that guy?
Where'd he go?
Mr. Chair, so if I can just clarify what you're asking. For each individual one?
No, like if once I get an emotion, can I just go all in favor? Any opposed? Instead of just going down the line every single time?
Yeah.
That's how I do it for your minutes, when you approve the minutes and the note. or
Yeah.
I say all in favor.
However, having said that, Mr. Chair, it does make a cleaner record.
It does.
For the Isaac.
Rob,
Let's do it.
Billy,
Aye.
Christina,
Aye.
Erica.
Aye.
Motion passes aye as well.
Wait, why?
Next one. Entertain a motion for PZ 2510 finding of facts.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve finding of facts for Blue Yonder West PUD PZ-2510.
Got it first.
Second.
Second. Erica.
Aye.
Christina.
Aye.
Billy.
Aye.
Rob.
Aye.
Aye for me as well. Motion passes. Third PZ 2512.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve finding of facts for Blue Yonder West PZ-2512.
First.
Second.
Second by Rob. Rob.
Aye.
Billy.
Aye.
Christina.
Aye.
Erica.
Aye.
Aye for me as well. Motion passes. PZ 2431.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve the finding of fact for Turner House Depot subdivision, PZ 24-31.
Second.
Second.
Erica.
Aye.
Christina.
Aye.
Billy.
Aye.
Rob.
Aye.
Aye for me as well. Motion passes. PZ 2430.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve Turner House Depot subdivision, finding of facts for PZ 24-30.
First.
Second.
Second by Rob. Christina.
Aye.
Billy.
Aye.
Erica.
Aye.
Rob.
Aye.
Aye for me as well. Motion passes. I don't want Hank to get off the hook here. Hank, can you tell me when the last time we had any kind of flood survey for that area and what we're doing about that?
March of 2012 was last time we had our current project have not done. We should have rough drafts in October. So that way
In October of this year? That's very cool. Okay, awesome. Any questions from the department head? Any kind of items? Erica?
No.
It's good to have you on our team. Thanks for being here.
I had to be here.
But you, because it is your first day, you do have to give a welcoming speech.
Oh, do I?
No.
Seriously, right now? Come on.
I'm like, no.